Good morning. Back to our regular back to our normal schedule. It is Saturday, and yeah, weekly vlogs, occasional vlogs, whatever you want to call them. We ain't done one for about 3 weeks now because we went to Cornwall, which you'll see our vlogs are currently going live for that. Where intention is Friday is going to continue to be the occasional vlog, and Wednesday will be the Cornwall vlogs, and we got quite a few of them, more of those already edited and ready to go live. So what's been going on? Well, someone's grown up. Look how big she is now. She's free rein of the house now. She's no longer living in a crate when we go to bed at night. She's also a crazy lunatic. Likes to jump on our heads at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is very cute actually, to be honest. Oh, you are a little star, aren't you? While we were away, she stayed with a foster mum, and apparently a foster mum just like absolutely fell for her again, because she was really good actually. A foster mum's currently looking after more kittens. They were sort of semi-feral kittens that turned up in a garden, and excuse me, I'm just having a bit of a tidy up, and she with our permission, she asked if she could let the cat Pixie try to socialise with the kittens to try and bring them out of the shell a little bit, and she did, and by the end of the week they were all playing together. So when we went round, they were out and sort of playing with her, which was very cute. Archie is also doing well. He's currently crashed out below me here on his little climbing frame. Carpet's a mess as usual because they've both been ripping their scratching posts apart. The fish are fine. There's the pets update. I do need to clean the fish tank today, though. There's a bit of algae on the front of the tank. We don't have anything to clean algae in there just yet. We are going to get some more fish for the tank soon, all being well. So that'll be in future weeks, I think. Plans for this weekend are few and far between. We're going to have a quiet one after a Cornwall trip, purely because, as well, we don't want to do any unnecessary driving at the minute because of fuel situations in the UK. Which I'm not going to go into, but suffice to say we do have fuel. I didn't have to panic buy or anything. Well, I chose not to panic buy because I was quite lucky that I basically got back from Cornwall and I filled the tank, and then the day after everything went to pot. Anyway, moving on from that. What else is going on? The Millennium Falcon is completed, the Lego one. I finished it on the day after we got back from Cornwall. So we didn't vlog it or anything because we've had a few weeks off home vlogging, and I decided I was going to put it upstairs because we had the plumber coming round to fix the boiler, and I wanted to give some space in case he needed it on the table. So I was carrying it up the stairs, and I hit there with the arm coming out the front of the Millennium Falcon, just literally dink. And as I did that, dink, 2 clips on this side came undone, so the arm swung around, fell off, and then the back fell apart. So I was very happy about that. That took me, weeks to build and then instantly destroyed. But I've since fixed it. There are some spare parts left over, which was always going to happen if I try and fix that. But I've stored them all to one side with all the other spare bricks. And I'm sure as time goes on, I'll find out where they were meant to go. They're only small details. Greebling. So I have ordered a stand for the Millennium Falcon, so when that comes I'll be able to display it properly upstairs. It's going to go upstairs. We were going to put it up there, but we kind of like having our little city there, so we're doing that. And when the stand arrives, I'll actually show you it then properly, when it's all be done and finished. We're cooking today. We're going to make a barbecue beef brisket in the Instant Pot. So that should be lovely. Look at this. We call this a watching tally. She loves to just sit here. The fish tank's not lit up at the minute because it's on a cycle, but she loves to just sit and watch the fish. She can't get to them. And the fish are kind of chill about it too. She doesn't bang on the cage or anything like that. Cage. Yeah, fish cages, those cages that you get for fish. We do have beer this weekend, pint of beer. We have a wheat beer, which I've made before and it always came out nice, so hopefully it'll be nice this time too. They've actually just announced the pint of 2 to replace the one I've bought, but I'm not going to buy it at the minute because there are some quality control issues with the pinter that mine have started to show up as well. I could probably get them replaced on warranty, but nothing's fatal with them. But I'm going to wait, and I do have like a discount, like 50 quid off the new pinter if I wanted to use it, but I'm going to wait and let them iron out any problems and see what happens there, because they want like £150 for the new Pinter, which is double the price of the old one, which I think is probably pushing it a bit. I have actually said to Gemma that I might just see out the lifespan of the two that I've got. This is the home brewing kit that I've got, by the way. And if they do break, I might just actually see if I can go to Wilkie's and get a proper home brewing kit and make my own beer the old-fashioned road. Because everyone on the home brewing forum says Pinter's cheap and it's a load of rubbish. It's cheaper to buy than kit from Wilkie's, so I might just do that. Oh yeah, we have this as well. This isn't accurate, by the way, I haven't updated it. We have the counts on here. I should probably update it now really, but I'm not sure what the numbers are. Hang on, let me have a quick look. 219 and 128. Dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee. Our chalk's getting a bit small, I'm going to have to get a new one. Okay, can I get it out of there, drop it on the floor? What we said 128. Oh blimey, this is stuck on a nail, so it makes it impossible. 219, that's a bit easier. There we go, so we got 128 days until Disneyland Paris and 219 to our Orlando holiday, which is Walt Disney World. We back on? Yeah, good. I forgot that when we went to the zoo last week I used all the batteries apart from this one remaining one at the bottom of the bag covered in dust with a mint stuck to it, yeah. Anyway, moving on. With the announcement of the borders reopening in America, it's kind of possibly now feeling a little bit more optimistic that our trip in May might go ahead. I was still like, it's probably not going to go ahead, even though it's next May. But yeah, you know, now things seem to be calming down a little bit. But of course that does mean we now have to pay for those trips. So we now need to start saving up for those trips. So I think we'll probably wind in and spending on the Lego a bit, because I had me one final blowout Lego set. I don't have any room for any more, to be honest, but they keep announcing the blooming things, don't they? But yeah, we'll still try and get out and about a bit and get out to the zoos, because I still need to do a bit more exercise, lose a bit of weight. So the zoos is probably a good place to do that and get some walking down. But yeah, the weather has turned now, it's gone cool. We're almost at the verge of putting the heating on. We're at that point where it's like, I'll put a jumper on. I'm just wondering what the cats are doing. It sounds like Archie's going to kick off. You didn't show you Archie earlier, did I? Hey Arch, you alright, mister? Oh, there's Gobbin coming attacking you. This is what he has to put up with. And he puts her in a place, to be fair, but she's a law work. Yeah, while we were in Cornwall, we did talk about the possibility of maybe getting a third cat. We'll see, because we did used to have 2 cats and a dog, and the house was fine with that. So maybe a third cat wouldn't be a bad idea. There's always cats at the shelters looking for homes, so you know. But we won't be doing that immediately, because obviously Archie's been through a lot of changes in the last 3 months, and he's handled it well. But we don't want to push him too far, so we'll maybe wait until she's a bit older, and then maybe get her a friend to play with. He actually does love playing with her, to be fair. If she hasn't been to see him for a little while and he thinks she's about, he'll run over to look for her and then jump on her. I don't know if you can hear that. I think she's just got a smack off him. He's very vocal, we've noticed this. He's like a very bark is worse than his bite cat, so he sounds really angry and vicious, but he's never like once hurt her. He just sounds like he's really grumpy, like me. Well, there's my dinner. It is a tomato and basil soup with some bread rolls. This is just a pouch, like not a pouch soup, a little like pre-made soup, nothing I made. But I am also copying some files on the Windows PC. This is all our videos for the vlogs. I installed Windows 11 because I thought release candidate will be pretty stable, and I mean it is for the most part. But I'm having this issue where anytime I play a game, the game crashes. So to rule out it not being a problem with the laptop, I'm going to roll back to Windows 10. I don't think it is, because I didn't have this issue until I installed Windows 11. The only issue is I can't see other people saying that they're having the same problem, but I guess the user base for Windows 11 is going to be tiny. It's actually officially released in about 4 days' time, so there might be a lot more information about it in 4 days' time, but I want to play games now. You too fat from behind the couch. It's Instant Pot time. We're really getting into using this actually now. Just turn it on. Now what I'm going to do today in it is I'm just making up a recipe for pulled beef because last week we followed a good recipe and it came out quite nice. So I'm going to make it similar to that but a little less. Well, I'm going to add some barbecue sauce basically. As with slow cooking, you use fatty meat because the fats break down in the pressure cooker when it's cooking. So we got this Irish roll brisket which I am going to now chop into 3 pieces. Take the string off it. So with the old slow cooker, we would have to fry in a pan. There's a griddle from last night's dinner there to the right. I would have had to have washed that to start cooking this dinner. But in this, I can hit the saute button. And then it actually turns the pan into a little fryer, so you can just fry meat directly in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fry the meat. I'm going to also fry an onion. Then I'm going to deglaze the pan. I got there in the end with some water, or possibly yeah, I'll probably just use water for this actually. And then we will use the Instant Pot to pressure cook the beef for about an hour. It'll all go in together. I think I might do an hour and 10 minutes actually because I'm not doing veggies this time. Yeah, it'll all go in together like that. Once it's done, pull the meat out, pull the meat, and make a sauce on saute mode again out of what's left in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add like spices and stuff. I'm just going to make it up as I go along. So the meat goes in. It's not up to temperature yet really. I probably should leave it for a minute. The meat fell apart because it's a roll. You can hear it now. Because it's a rolled joint, it just fell apart. Anyway, in it goes. I'll give that a fry, and then we'll get the onion on. Our meat is fried, and right, just seared it to let the flavour in. Now we're just going to caramelise or brown off some onions. I knew I had a blooming pot roast mix in the cupboard. It's from our friends Anne and Pat, and I was going to use that, but this one's going to be a more barbecue beef thing, so I think we'll have to revisit this recipe again. Oh, I had a shower by the way, that's well rough. We'll have to redo this recipe again in future, but with vegetables in and stuff. And oh my god, those onions are making me cry. Yeah. So I think we're going to have to revisit this recipe with that mix as well in future and see how that tastes with some onions and carrots and potatoes in there. Ooh, let me see if we can get the extractor fan on in here. Anyway, onions are obviously done. I'm just making up a sauce to go in there as well. Right, I added all sorts of barbecue sauce, various chili flakes and cayenne. Not cayenne, I didn't add cayenne, I didn't go that far. I did a little bit of Jim Beam. Not too much though, because alcohol can't evaporate properly in a pressure cooker, so you have to be careful and everything tastes of booze. I found some hot sauce that was chipotle, so I added a little bit of that as well. Just all sorts of random bits, garlic, salt and pepper. I just make things up as I go along. If it tastes good, great. If it doesn't, we didn't learn our lesson and we'll do exactly the same next time. But now, the lid pops on. That goes on to pressurise. Down here, pressure cooker. Put the time up to where we want it to be. I'm going to put it on for an hour and 10 minutes. The last time I did this, it was for an hour. But then another 10 minutes with some veggies, and I'm not doing the veggies this time. Right, so that's set for an hour and 10 minutes, high pressure. Keep warm so it'll stay warm if I'm late from picking Gemma up. And off it goes. The pressure's just built up, this little metal tap thing comes up. So yeah, the cooking process should start imminently. And there we go, we're off. I was a bit disappointed by the way when I bought this and got it. When I went back on Amazon's website, they do one that looks like R2-D2. The meat is done, it looks amazing. There's some fatty bits, well it's just the fat on the side of the meat. I'll remove that in a minute. Meanwhile, back over at the Instant Pot, I have now put it back on saute and I'm going to try and thin this sauce down. I'm also going to add a bit of corn flour to try and make it nice and thick. I meant reduce the sauce down. Gemma's home. One beer. Also the camera battery's running out.
Oh no.
Fish tank update. Our 4 fishies are out. I've cleaned the glass so we can see them better now. And Mrs. can watch TV. Got a new gravel pump today as well, so we'll change the water tomorrow. They look really pretty, these fish, don't they? Did you enjoy that food?
It was lovely.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah, we ended up with a bowl of slops. Like there's just a bowl of like a little bit of meat and loads of sauce left. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Barbecue slops.
Barbecue slops, yeah. And it's got cheap seats on in the background, but as promised, we are drinking the pint of beer tonight, which is, what's it called?
The stars and stripes.
No, it's the wheat beer one.
Oh, I don't know.
Of Vice Nights. It's really nice. It's a bit like Blue Moon. It's good. Good morning. Oh, is it afternoon now, or are we still morning?
It's just afternoon.
Just afternoon. We're watching a bit of Ashens and enjoying some brunch. Gemma made us a nice little mini mixed grill. Lovely. I got some beans and some mashed browns and stuff. I'm playing the Marvel game on the Avengers game that just went on to Xbox Game Pass. Quite good fun. Someone is obviously interested because there's food about.
It was after my egg.
But to be fair, her brother did eat her breakfast, and then proceeded to eat the breakfast we put down to replace her breakfast that he'd already.
So we're changing Archie's name to Samwise Gamgee's.
Yeah, he's going to have his 11s in a bit.
And his afternoon tea.
So what are we doing today?
Nothing.
We'll relax a little bit, aren't we, I think?
With the petrol thing.
Yeah, we're just
trying not to
minimising where we drive to.
Yeah, because I have to go to work, so that's what we need petrol for. No, we did get petrol on
We
Friday,
did, yeah,
so
we're okay, yeah. We're going to cook a nice roast chicken though, aren't we?
We are, we've not had a roast for ages.
Yeah, so that should be good. I might even do Yorkshire puds.
We definitely got eggs left.
I have a cat on my shoulder. Yes, can I help you? You're trying to eat my breakfast?
Those sausages look lovely.
Anyway, enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you.
Brunch. It's being a good brother. This won't last. I'm on Yorkshire pudding watch. I've added one egg. The trick to Yorkshire puddings is take the recipes you find online, add an extra egg. They always come out much better. So I'm going to crack another egg and throw that in there. Chicken's done. We just got one of those in a bag type chickens. They always come out quite nice. We'll probably do some roasties in the air fryer, a bit of veg, some gravy. Looking forward to it. Love a good roast dinner. And of course my Yorkshire pudding tray with some sunflower oil is in the oven at like 220, so I need to be putting this batter in that tray when it's up to temperature and you get a proper sizzle on the puds. As well as the flour, I've used 80 grams of flour, I've used a bit of salt and pepper and garlic, 2 eggs, and then I had a bit of milk and water, just a splash, and then just whisk it. Dead easy Yorkshire puddings. Have a go. And there's what my finished batter looks like. It's not particularly thick or anything. To be honest, I've made them of varying thicknesses and I've never had them come out like to the point where you wouldn't eat them. They've always come out quite nice. There's a bit of resistance when you're stirring it, it'll be right. So Jen went ahead and put the Yorkshire puds in the oven. We got some air fryer potatoes on, and we've also got some carrots and kale to go in as well. And some dreamies. Dreamies. And dinner is done. Looks lovely, honey. Good team effort. Apart from I only did the Yorkshire puddings.
And you only made the batter.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh no! Look at the garage. No, I didn't see that there.
Good morning, Archie. It's Monday. And Trouble's obviously hiding in the windowsill there. She, I didn't tell you this actually, on Sunday morning she scared us because she jumped across the bedroom like something had startled her, and it sounded like she'd hurt herself, to be honest. When she ran off, she was fine though, ultimately. She did the same again last night and I found out why. There's a roll of sellotape she's found and she's dug it out. But then she's done that typical cat thing where, you know, like they paw it gently. And then she got a claw caught on it and hooked it and threw it. And when she threw it, she scared herself half to death and ran across the room like a lunatic. And now she's pulling the blinds back. This is why we don't bother fixing the blinds, by the way. There's just no point. We'll just, until we can't fix these anymore, we'll keep these and then we'll get some new ones. They just absolutely destroy them. Other things, Cage is gone. Got rid of that today. Sorry, yesterday actually. She's too old for it now. She doesn't need it anymore. So we've popped that away. We'll keep it again just in case we get another kitten in the future, or we need it for transporting these two, because you know, you can transport cats in it as well. But yeah, we've left the tray down there because she had a little bit of an accident this morning because she was a bit confused about where her tray was. But that's pretty good. Her bed's in the wash, I'll put it that way. I am currently working, but Gemma has left me lots of chicken and leftovers from dinner yesterday, so I'm going to warm all this up and have a nice extra little roast dinner for me dinner, which I'm quite looking forward to. I just had one of those Amazon "your parcel is next for delivery" notifications you often get. Microwave stuff. Yeah, so I'm like, oh okay then, it's just some cat filters, you know, for the water filters we've got for the cats. Well great, that's come a bit earlier than expected. But now it's disappeared and the parcel has not turned up, so I don't know if the app's just playing up. I did get another parcel, I'll try and show you in a bit actually. Oh, by the way, since we didn't record a lot of the weekend, I've decided to continue this occasional vlog into the first couple of days of the week as well, just to give you something else to watch. I'm just warming some spuds up in the air fryer, that's the noise you can hear. And the carrots have been warmed up. We had some curly kale with our roast dinner last night, so there's some more of that as well gone in there. I don't know if they have some bread. They've got quite a lot of food here already without bread though. Yeah, I did have another parcel arrive. So one of my favourite musicians is a guy called Mike Van Aert. If you are a fan of Biffy Clyro, you might know him because he's one of their backing guitarists when they play live. He was also in a band called Ocean Size, so one of my all-time favourite bands. Alan from Springy Tales is another big fan of theirs as well. But anyway, Mike Van Aert, in order to sort of fund his music career, because things like Spotify really don't pay much money, I mean I'm talking like fractions of a penny per play, he has a Patreon. So being a fan of his music, I signed up for the Patreon, and most of the time on that you get like behind the scenes info, tracks that he might have been working on for albums that never got released or are still in progress, things like that. You go runs through like Ocean Size songs and says how to play them on guitar and stuff. It's quite interesting. And occasionally he does Zoom calls. Well, last week he did a competition. It was a giveaway for an album that I don't actually own on record, which is Frames, which is the third Ocean Size album, and it's a test pressing. So yeah, I won. There was like 7 winners I think, and I was one of them. And I received this, which is a signed copy of the test pressing for that album. So I'm really happy with that. 2 records, and he rather kindly signed both of them, including with his logo hand drawn on one of them too. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to give that a listen. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into the Sunday roast that I just reheated and crack on with my working day. Oh, and me strangely missing Amazon parcel turned up literally. I was eating my lunch. Anyway, I need to get this edited, so thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, apparently sharing's good, ring the bell, and do it like a really shredding guitar solo. See you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.